So it wasn't a policy problem at all. It was just a PR problem. Joining us now with his reaction is nationally syndicated talk show host with Salem Radio, Larry Elder. Larry, great to see you this morning. It was just a PR problem.
You too.
Nothing wrong with his policies.
Right. What he's really saying is that the American people were too stupid to appreciate how well off they are. The fact of the matter is this has been the worst economic recovery since 1949, the first president ever to preside over a recovery where not 1 year has been 3% GDP growth. It's been 2%, and the difference between 2% and 3% is 1 million jobs times the length of the recovery. So if Obama had just stayed on the golf course and practiced his putting, we'd have 7 million more jobs than we have right now.
Do you think, Larry, is there anyone in his inner circle, anyone in the White House right now that is self-reflective, that would tell him the truth and say, hey, we have had problems, we have actually had scandals, which they denied having at all, or are they just living on another planet as it pertains to his legacy?
Well, some people believe what they see and some people see what they believe. He's in the latter, and most of the people around him are in the latter. Ironically, Michael Moore has been more realistic about what happened than almost anybody else that I've heard of on the left. He says you can't blame James Comey. You got to look at the economy. And the fact of the matter is a lot of people feel they're working harder, making less money, and the labor force participation rate has been awful. And despite these very low poll numbers, very low unemployment numbers, Jim Clifton of Gallup said that the unemployment number is a lie because so many people have simply dropped out and no longer are even counted.
Sure. Well, there's like an echo chamber right now, or it's just so quiet because we don't have a presumptive leader of the Democratic Party going forward. President Obama leaves. Joe Biden gets a medal. He's leaving. There was tears last week. Cory Booker, though, this week kind of came out and seems to be showing that he's showing some signs ready to run for 2020. Do you see that as the case?
I think Cory Booker has been ready to run since preschool. And that's not a dig. Most of these guys are pretty ambitious. But yeah, he wants to be president. This was his pretty much coming out party nationally for him to trash Jeff Sessions, play the we shall overcome card, talk about social justice, all the kinds of talking points that most Democrats use. And absolutely he's ambitious. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't run in 2020.
Larry, he's come on this program. We don't have time to play the clip and talked about bipartisanship and changing the tone and being a part of the solution. Right. Then he goes to Washington and does an unprecedented thing, testifying against another senator, a senator he worked on legislation with just a few months earlier. So how blatantly partisan is this move?
Well, of course it was a blatant partisan move. Again, Donald Trump is Darth Vader as far as people on the left are concerned. Cory Booker knows that. So use Jeff Sessions to beat up on Donald Trump, and that gets me on the radar as far as 2020 is concerned. That was his game plan, and as far as I'm concerned, it succeeded.
Yeah. Larry Elder, always great to have you on the show. Yep. Thanks, Larry.
Excellent radio program as well. Thanks, Larry.